welcome to another Power Talk with Archana. Today we are talking about the art of presenting your content to your people to make your presentations rule. Today I have with me my guest Precious Williams. She's the founder and the CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. Precious is a part of my professional network and based in New York. She aces the art and science of killer pitches and presentations and brings to you the wow factor. If you are currently struggling with the pitches, presentations, and public speaking skills, have no fear because Killer Pitch Master is here. Innovative speech communication strategies, tips to explode your sales, the art of making investments. Her power packed words have clients appearing on platforms like Shark Tanks, Forbes magazines, top business shows, and publications around the world. Let's welcome Precious on board. Hello, Precious. How are you doing?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure is mine, Precious. Thank you so much for coming on board. So we have a list of questions for you to make sure.
Bring it.
Great. All right. So, we all understand that content is everything today, but we lose it when if you don't present it well. So what is this power pitch all about?
So a power pitch, as opposed to a basic pitch is all about, who you are, what you do, who do you serve, having a call to action, but a power pitch takes a basic pitch in overdrive. So you really get into making sure that you have purpose, you have passion, you have focus, you know specifically who you're speaking to and why. You're using the particular words that really resonate with a particular audience, and you're attracting your ideal prospects to you. So it's not just about you prospecting, but you're leading them to you, so that when you pitch, they feel, oh, she's talking to me. It's personal. Yeah. It's personal. And they know that it was created with them in mind. And again, you want to have a powerful call to action. My clients know, just like the corporations like LinkedIn, Microsoft, Google, that I am a corporate trainer for, know that when they hired me, that I bring a new and a fresh perspective to pitching. Gone are the days where you just fill in the blanks and that's how you create a pitch. What I want people to do is be able to stand out in a crowded marketplace. So if you're a speaker, what about your speaking is so different? If you are a coach, a consultant, why should I choose you over someone else? If you're an author, what about your book? Why should I read your book? And why should I go and tell others about your book? So there are just certain ways that I have, and I'm very innovative. I've been a professional speaker for 25 years, been the killer pitch master since 2013. And as a 13-time national elevator pitch champion, I've beaten those from Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Columbia, cool tech companies and international companies. And my company wasn't tech. It wasn't some grand idea. But when I pitched, everyone got behind it and they totally understood. And so that is what I do for my clients. And that's how you take a basic pitch and you take it to the next level, which is power pitching.
Right. Absolutely right. It has to be that impactful that people actually look for you wherever you go. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Precious, tell me, see, content, of course, but what are the fundamentals, to accentuate that content so that you get noticed? We are talking about content and powerful content and the way we pitch it, but there must be few fundamental things, that one needs to keep in mind so that the pitch that we create doesn't go unnoticed.
Mm-hmm. So again, one of the things that you will always find people doing is going to Google and filling in the blanks. There's no passion behind it, right? And we often forget that our story is how people come to us. So one of the things that I think is very fundamental in any pitch, who you are is so much more important than what you do. Because people are inundated with pitches all day long from people who want to help them with this, that, and the other. If people don't know why you're doing what you're doing, they don't know how to believe you. We live in a land of fakeness, right? Fake body parts, fake hair, fake all of this. So people think they have to show up perfect. And I turn that on its head. My pitches are perfect. My clients are not. And you can identify with them because they've already been where you've been, and they can demonstrate that. So when you're looking on social media, a lot of times when people look on social media, they want to post their highlight reel. And that's great, but that doesn't really tell you the story of how they got there, which is why it's important for me, for people to know that, yes, I was once homeless. Yes, I was once almost beaten to death by my mom. Yes, I've been through some very, very hard times in life, and yet I'm still here. I'm a Black woman from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri. That's the middle of the United States. Did I ever dream to think that I would be in New York City on top shows around the world? No, but God knew that. He knew that I had the gift of speech. And because I had the gift of speech, I would unleash on the world. And so when it comes to really getting out there, bring your authentic voice. And most people forget that. They think they have to sound like everybody else. And you don't. Let the gurus speak the way they want to speak. They've earned that space. You create your own lane. Why am I not a motivational speaker? I'm the killer pitch master for a reason. People are looking for elevator pitches, media pitches, investor pitches, or speaker pitches. They seek me out, not the motivational speaker, not the transformational speaker, not the inspirational speaker. So you see how if you create your own lane, you'll attract opportunities. That's why I just got an email from NBC Universal this week. And I was like, that's wonderful. And then yesterday, I had just gotten an email about a conference that's going to be in Las Vegas, big conference. It may turn virtual just because of the pandemic, but just think about that. Like, they're coming to me. A government think tank is buying 125 of my books and booking me for a speaking gig. That's just me. We're not even talking about my clients. So once you learn what is your particular niche, and that your niche can make you rich if you choose to follow your own path and not the path that the world wants to give you.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. You need to be yourself. The moment you realize that your own life is a story, and you need to weave in all those experiences that you've gone through into your pitches, and when you make it real, people connect with you. They actually feel that, yes, Precious is right there, Archana is right there in person. Then it won't be more like a webinar, it's going to be more of a one-to-one engagement of the message. I think that is something very important. It's important to be yourself and embrace what you are all about. Great. Absolutely right, Precious. You know, we talk about public speaking skills. There are people who are born with the gift of gab, but there are people who are trying to develop the skill, you know. Would you like to give them any message as to how that can be done? You know, what are the traits that you need to develop in yourself? And the most important thing, because it's important to engage your clients, you know, your people, your people who are listening to you. So what is that key thing, how to engage people?
So one of the great ways to engage your audience is, you know, a lot of us, we already have a solution, but we haven't yet shown our audience what the problem is. We haven't educated them on it. So one of the things that I learned, so I've been a killer pitch master since 2013, right? And I thought, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to have this company that's all about pitching. But did you know, one day I sat here and I said, you know, I've never even asked the question of what do people really want to know most about pitching? And do you know, when I started asking questions, the answer that came to me was people want to know about confidence. Before they can even pitch, they need to know confidence. And what if they didn't really want to learn about pitching because they just saw pitching as being on stage asking for money, not knowing that everything you do is a pitch. Every time you're on the phone talking to your girlfriend about that no good dude or woman you with, every time you know, are talking to someone about something you want to do, you want the focus to be on you and what's the next step, right? And so we often forget that there's so much more than that. So start asking your target audience, you know, what's their biggest challenge? When they're looking at something that I do, I ask them follow-up questions, because some people, when they look at you or I, they'll think we always had it together. And that's not true. You build yourself up to a certain point. And because you can answer the questions, but you can only answer the questions if you've been asked the questions. And so what I realized is, you know, women wanted to know most about how to have the confidence to ask for the raise, how to have the confidence to go into a room with people who look nothing like you and feel like you belong, how to get past imposter syndrome. How do you talk to people about what you actually do so that you're not just working hard, but they know what you do? So when it comes time for evaluations and stuff, there's no doubt that you're just not a hard worker. You fit into the culture, and the value that you bring is exponential.
Absolutely.
So ask
Absolutely.
questions.
Absolutely. I think that is something really important that you have brought forward. It's important to ask those questions, and when we bring those questions up, we get those answers. And that is what people are, waiting to listen and hear. And that is what is your most engaging factor in your pitch. I think that's really important. Great. Precious. You've been a people's person. You're an author. You've done so many pitches over so many years now. What has kept you going so far?
Truly, what keeps me going is just women, just watching women soar beyond their wildest dreams in business and in life, right? There was a time where I just accepted any client that wanted to work with me. If they had the money, let's do it. And one of the things that I learned in this journey is you really only want to work with the people you really want to work with. And because I'm finally working with the women and the companies, the corporations, the nonprofits that I want to work with, it's so much easier. Because you can see the game plan for them. You can see the strategy because they're hungry, they're ready, they're coachable. And so I used to dread doing coaching calls. I used to dread it because I was with people I didn't want to be with. But the minute I started attracting the right people, it's a joy when I hop on with them. It's a joy. And like, I can see where they're going. Like if I'm doing someone's LinkedIn profile, like really making it attractive to the audience they want to attract, or the different audiences they're trying to attract.
Yes.
And what you do with a lot of women who are in transition. Let's not forget about the women in transition who may be coming from corporate to entrepreneurship. Or they're in a corporate position and they want to be like an entrepreneur. So creating things inside of the corporation that will help it grow. So I already work with successful women anyway. I don't really work with startups unless you're well funded, because it's a process if you always have to keep going back and requesting to be paid when you already have it, right? And so when they become the pitch champions, when they get the corporate training gig they want, when they are the booked and busy speakers, they don't forget. They know that you've helped and they're grateful, but they also know that they came to the table ready and hungry too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's quite right. All of us, who are the trainers per se, they have their own niche and they are most comfortable talking about it because they know that is the kind of audience they can reach. And once you reach your target audience and you get that kind of feedback of, their problems getting resolved, they're wanting you for more, that is the time when you actually get so driven and you would want to keep doing that job over and over again because you've inspired many, you've motivated many, and you again start developing more and more into that field and arena. I think that's absolutely right. Quite right. Hey, Precious, tell me, what is your power dose to the audience today? That's something that can really change your life, because this is quite a stage of transition from for people, the kind of economic turbulence the entire globe is going through. What is your message, your power message to the people, to my audience today? Tell them something that can really change your life, something that changed your life. There are so many things that gave me a path that I am on today. So what has been your contributing factor, and what you think the audience today should do? Step up forward and make a change in their life, bring value to their life.
So that's a very, very great question. I usually say fortune favors the bold. So now, when people are watching the news or they're looking at social unrest, economic downturn, they're feeling like there's no hope. There's no way that they can get out there. There's no way that they can get clients. And I'm here to say phooey on all of that. That's not true. There are so many people who are sick and tired of what they're seeing on the news, but they need guidance. They need hope. They need to know that there's support out there. And if you're offering that, get out there and get visible. Let them know that you are there. One of the things that really bothers me is when women shrink in times like this. This is not the time to shrink. This is the time to move full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. For example, I know that just like you probably get emails from different conferences that are happening that have turned virtual, and none of the people look like you on the program. None of them. Start contacting the host and introduce yourself as a potential speaker and what you bring to the table. This is not the time to just be like, oh, business as usual. No. Business should not be usual. You need to get on those stages, whether you just started or you've been doing this a long time. Get on those stages, because when you're around the best, you bring your A game, right?
Absolutely.
Start doing Facebook Lives. Get people to get to know you. If you ever watch my Facebook Live, this is exactly how I am. When I go into companies and corporations, this is exactly how I am, unless I go to financial corporations. You already know.
Yeah.
You already know. But you want people to see the real you, not the all the successes in the world, because people can't identify with perfection and success the way you think they do. They may watch certain shows to see how filthy rich people live. Got it. But if they never think that they can achieve what you have, they will never listen to you. So start talking about your story. Tell them about the journey that it took to get there. Yes, homeless on the streets of New York. And now I live in a beautiful blue home in Brooklyn, and I'm an international professional speaker, corporate trainer for some of the top companies around the world, work with a former shark from Shark Tank. They're just like, what? Yes, because it happened so fast. I decided that I either have to trust God's vision or what society is saying. If I trust what society says, then I should just be sitting in the house doing nothing. But I have to trust what he said. And he said, get out there now. And even in a pandemic, economic downturn, social unrest, I am more booked and busy than I have ever been in my entire life. I'm a former attorney. I thought I worked hard before, but I work even harder now, because what you say has to resonate, right? So you're thinking, oh, well, I must use the perfect words. No, be imperfectly perfect. Most people, that's what people are.
Yes.
That's what people are. People just want you to be you, so they know they can trust you. But if you want to put on airs, hi, I'm Precious Williams. I'm so delighted to be here.
Yeah, right.
No one would, everybody who knows me would be like, that ain't that chick. That's not her. They know that I'm loud, I'm aggressive, I'm ambitious, but they also know that I come with a very, very good heart, because there's no way that I would be where I am today as a Black, curvy woman in New York City from the hood of St. Louis, Missouri, if I didn't have help. People saw my gift and my talent. And even when I didn't ask for help, they helped because they saw it. So if you think people aren't seeing it, here's another tip. Ask your network. Ask your network to help you with speaking gigs. Ask your network to make warm introductions to you. Make sure you make it easy for them. Have things on tap already, your bio, your website, cool things about you, so that they know how to warmly introduce you to the people that they want to introduce you to. Check in with your network. Who needs something right now that's within your resources? They will pay you back time and time again. When I had no groceries and no food and no clients, my refrigerator was full. Listen, I was living. Do you hear me? So don't neglect your network because you feel weak at this time. A lot of people feel weak. We can feel strong together. So that is the only reason that I get the opportunities that I get, because I was good to people when I had nothing. I'm good to people now that I have stuff. And so people know that when you book me for engagements, I'm not going to sound like anybody else. I'm not going to come in and just be like, according to such, I'm not doing none of that. I'm a former attorney. Yes, I can research. But what people need right now is a step-by-step, actionable, bit-by-bit, bite-sized morsels of how to do something from someone who's actually done it and didn't just go to every guru, the big names, and just say, I'm just regurgitating information. No. I learned this. That's why you call me the female MacGyver of business. You give me 2 toothpicks, there's no door I can't go through. No door. The chubby girl wonder and the killer pitch master. Here to help you slay all competition, one pitch at a time.
Lovely, absolutely lovely, very inspiring, very motivating. Viewers, my audience, this is what you need to hear. This is what you need to understand. It's just about making that first step. You need to get up and make that first move, and visibility is everything. Of course, you need to be visible in your network, be visible on different social media handles. Tell people, don't be ashamed of it. I mean, this is absolutely all right. Everybody has their own struggles, have their own journeys. Accept the way it is and move forward. It's very important. If you are a giver, then definitely you also receive a lot and in abundance. So, it has to start. You have to make that start. Thank you so much, Precious. I think that was lovely and absolutely engaging and lovely pitch, I must say. You really held the interest and the attention of my audience here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Great. Thank you so much, Precious. Thanks a lot for coming on board. We thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, and I'm sure my audience are going to love it. I'm sure they're completely fixated this entire conversation. They will repeatedly hear this out. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
That was Killer Pitch Master for you. It's all about making your content and your presentation worth $1,000,000. It is as much a science as it is an art. It is about creating that connect with your audience that should not take more than 10 seconds. It's just about those first few 10 seconds that it should be so impactful that your audience stays with you throughout your presentation. It should less appear like a webinar and more like a one-to-one presentation. It's all about making it real. It's all about telling them stories from your part of the life and weaving a presentation that takes them close to what is real. I wish you create content that takes you places and gets you noticed. Wishing you all the best and stay tuned for more.